Who's that Pokemon?
Jammers! Playwild here, or P-Dub for short. Welcome to a beautiful spring day in Jamaa. One of my friends has invited me to check out their newly decorated garden den, so I thought you all might want to tag along and see it as well. His name is Ellipsity Enigmato Fiery Turtle. He's a YouTuber just like me. That's odd. He said he'd be online today. Well, let's go see if he finished decorating his garden. Lipsity! Hello? Is anyone home? Odd. It seems he hasn't been here in a few days. I hope everything's alright. Wonder what happened to him.
That's my question too!
Ah!
Ah!
You can talk?
You can understand me?
But you're a pet.
We prefer the term Pokemon.
We?
The elemental magic inclined creatures found around Jamaa. My specialty is electricity.
Magic?
Did you honestly think monkeys naturally produced flames, or...?
I guess I hadn't really thought about it before.
Alright, we're getting off track here. I am Ellipsity's Pikachu, and as you can tell from my very professional hat, I am also a detective.
So you've solved what happened to Ellipsity?
Well, no.
I thought you were a detective.
I am! It's simply difficult to investigate around Jamaa because nosy jammers like you can't understand what I'm saying and then try to adopt me.
Well, since I can understand what you're saying, and I'd never adopt you,
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
we can begin the investigation of what happened to Ellipsity. When did you last see him?
I'm the detective, I'll be asking the questions. That's actually a pretty good starting point, though. Ellipsity was last seen 5 days ago, departing his dead. He had been working on a research project of sorts regarding phantom laboratory testing. I know because I read his notes. To check for errors, of course.
Or 'cause you're nosy.
I resent that! My nose is perfectly normal size, thank you very much.
Well, if he was researching phantoms, he probably passed through the Temple of Zeos archives collection. My friend helps shelve books there. Maybe she'll have some pointers.
Exactly what I was going to say. Come along, Jammer.
I think the garden exit is this way?
Yes, I knew that! I was just testing you.
It's Pikachu!
Hey, Mary. How's life at the archives?
Oh, my! Hello, PW. What can I do for you?
Wait, Mary the sheep? Like Mary?
Shh, don't be rude, Detective the Electric Rat. Are you okay? You look kind of on edge.
Oh, yeah. My coach gets a tad staticky when I'm stressed. One of our reference books went missing the other day. I thought it had just been shelved improperly, but I can't seem to find it anywhere.
What do you think will happen if I add some electricity to her wool?
Don't you dare. Shoo! Bad detective.
Aw, what a cute little fella. Pika Pika to you too.
Don't encourage him. What reference book went missing?
It's a lab manual, used primarily at a local school, I believe. It's called The Study of Phantasmic Anatomy, A Brief History by Mr. Possum Swanson.
Hold up! I've heard that name before. When did that book go missing? Ask her when the book went missing.
Calm down, little dude. Hey, Mary, when did the book go missing?
5 days ago. Why do you ask?
Did Ellipsity, a brown fox in a beanie, happen to stop by the archives that day?
You know, that does ring a bell. What, do you think he stole it? Doesn't he know you can't take reference books? My supervisor's gonna be so disappointed in me.
Don't worry, we'll find him and bring the book back.
I'm so glad. But how are you gonna find him?
I have a hunch the answer is somewhere in that book.
I was gonna say that.
Let's go talk to this Mr. Possum Swanson fella.
Excuse me, I'm the detective here, and I say we go to Possum Swanson's den and talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Who's that Pokemon?
Goodness, this is a dense forest. Think you could handle any trouble with that magic electricity of yours?
Yeah, about that.
Precious baby!
Leviosa.
No, that is a dangerous little bear child, always stealing things.
Oh, look at that cute little face.
Daddy. Daddy.
That is my hat!
Aw, and stylish, too.
You give that back!
Daddy.
Oof, come back here, you little moon bear. That is not your property. I wrote my name on it.
All right, you two, that's enough. We got a journey ahead of us.
Daddy.
Okay, little bitty bear, I need that hat back.
Daddy.
Oh, hush, you know that wasn't yours.
Daddy Ursa.
You sure you need that hat, my detective friend?
Of course I need my hat. Oh, Pika Pika!
Now would be a great time to use that electricity of yours.
I can't do it under pressure!
That would have been nice to know earlier.
Well, what do we do now?
Run!
It's Ursaring.
Okay, I think we lost them.
Well, thanks to you, why can't you use electricity? You're a Pikachu.
Not all Pokemon are combative, you know. Some have very respectable jobs, like being a detective.
I'm getting the sense you're not telling me everything.
Alright. When I get nervous, I just kinda short-circuit. I just seem to forget how to conduct my bolts.
Aw, it's alright, little dude. I didn't mean to put so much pressure on you.
It's fine, let's just go find the Swanson fellow.
Righto, detective.
Watch out! Gosh, it's dusty in here. Where's Mr. Swanson? My allergies are acting up! Mr. Possum Swanson! Ugh!
What's he saying? All I can hear are hoots.
He's literally just saying hoo and hoot hoot. Very funny, bird brain.
Well, he wasn't much help.
What was that? Better not be another Ursaring.
Do Ursa rings say oof?
No, they don't.
Ah, hello, little ones. I was not expecting visitors today. It's my day off, you know. Office hours are on Monday.
Sorry to barge in, sir. We're on a rather urgent mission of sorts.
Yes, we are in search of a rather edgy fox. Brown beanie, hard to miss.
Oh, a fox, you say?
You can understand him?
Why, yes, child. I pride myself in knowing quite a few of Jamal's languages. You see, when I was your age...
Yes, we get it. You're old. We got some questions for you.
Detective, don't be rude.
No, it's quite alright. I have, in fact, seen a fox with a beanie. Perhaps around 5 days ago.
Oh, did he come searching for something?
Yes, it seems he was interested in an old laboratory I mentioned in my lab guide. The study of phantasmic anatomy. A brief history. I was rather surprised, you see, because none of my students read that book. Even though it is incredibly informative.
What did you tell him?
Why, the location of the lab? I see no harm in informing inquiring young minds.
That's definitely where he went then.
What? Oh my, I didn't realize he meant to explore the lab himself. Experiments may still be going on there, could be quite dangerous. It is, in fact, an illegal laboratory.
Dangerous? How so?
Well, you see, the scientist last seen there. Dr. Mewtwo.
Wait, like the Pokemon Mewtwo?
No, Mew Space 2.
What?
He's said to be running experiments on mysterious and powerful unknown Pokemon. You might know them as phantom pets, the ones that have been tamed by Jammers, such as yourself. There are rumored to be very unstable experiments that occur there.
Gosh, that does sound dangerous. We better find Elipsity quick. He may be in trouble.
Do be careful, Dr. Mew is quite clever. He's tricked many unknown Pokemon to fight for his cause, even though he treats them so horribly in his experiments.
Good to know, Mr. Swanson. Best of luck with your studies.
Yes, I do suppose I could use some cleaning up around here.
Who's that Pokemon?
All right, detective. What's the game plan?
You don't have a plan? It was your idea to come here.
You're the detective.
Alright. The plan is we sneak around back and look for an emergency fire tunnel. I bet this place has a dungeon. And under Jamaa Building Code 4 subsection 03, all dens with dungeons require a fire tunnel exit.
How do you know so much about Jamal's building code?
I definitely didn't accidentally blow up Club Geos.
That was you?
I didn't realize how sensitive the electrical system was. Hush, we're supposed to be sneaking. You're gonna alert the psychic blobs.
I admit that was a pretty good hunch about the back exit tunnel. That lock wasn't even that hard to pick.
Where did you learn how to do that?
I have my sources. Hey look, there's Elipsity.
There you are, you scoundrel. We've gone through a lot of sleuthing to track you down.
PW? Detective Pikachu? How the heck did you find me?
No time, guys. We gotta get out of here.
But...
I think I've almost got these phantom lasers shut off.
Careful not to set off the... alarms.
Oh dear.
Whoops.
Well, there goes our escape route.
Nowhere to go but up. Maybe if we're quick.
You didn't really think it would be that easy, did you, Ellipsity? It takes more than a simple jammer and her pet to break free of me.
I am not a pet!
Forgive me, an electric rat that can't even use electricity. I can see you trying, poor little thing.
Hey, leave my friend alone.
You forget yourself, but you are in my domain and there is no move but to surrender.
Guys, he has a point. I've tried everything. These psychic-type Pokemon can hold us easily.
What do we do? What do we do?
Remain calm, guys. It's an illusion. I can't fight it. All I have are dark and psychic moves.
I got this, guys. Stand back. Unknowns, think for yourself. This lab, the experiments of Dr. Mew, they aren't for your benefit. He's selfish. He only seeks power for himself. He cannot free you. Only you can do that. Look at these jammers.
Not exactly a jammer.
So defenseless, yet they fight for each other, and even though most can't understand us Pokemon, they still welcome us with open, paws. Even though you have lost your place in the Phantom Dimension, I know there are places in Jamaa for you. Plus, I mean, cool bonus, they give us pretty neat hats. Gotta say, I love this thing.
Silence! You can't be considering such a pathetic offer. I can take you home, bring the Phantom Dimension to collide with Jamaa, and give you a purpose. Without me, you'll never be free. What? No, don't you dare!
What happened to Mew?
He's gone. Probably to the Phantom Dimension he wrenched them from. I have a feeling he isn't going to receive a terribly warm welcome.
It's unknown.
Woo! That was a lot of excitement for one day. Let's lighten up on forbidden research for a bit there, Ellipsity.
Alright, for now anyway.
Oh, also, what happened to all those unknowns, Detective?
Oh, I put them where they'd be sure to get adopted into loving dens, don't you worry.
I do have one last question, though. How did you guys find me? I didn't exactly leave a trail to follow.
Well, we did a bit of mystery solving, Detective and I. You didn't happen to take a book from the Temple of Zeos archives, did you?
I'm gonna return it!
That was a reference book, man. Not for borrowing. Jeez, you jammers are savages.
Hey! Again, I am not a jammer. I'm a tenuum. That's the term for a phantom who can shapeshift into a jammer.
Ooh, neat! Anywho, we just followed the book's hints where they led. Well, jammers, I think the moral of this story is, don't steal reference materials from the library.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Pretty sure that's not the moral of the story.
Nope, that's the moral. It's official. Just wrapping it up for my fans. Have to make sure I deliver on the vlog I promised them.
Oh, your vlog, that's right. Well, I hope they enjoyed my rather roundabout tour of my garden den. Check out my channel and the links below for more of my content.
Thanks for tagging along on the adventure. Happy jamming, everyone.